Hello everyone! Today I'm going to talk about how to pass IT certification on your first try. This is the presentation about how to prepare and pass for your IT certification. It could be cloud certification or security, database, infrastructure as a code, or any other certificates you want to prepare for. And about me, my name is Dmitry Lesnyak, and currently I'm working 3 years for Capgemini, but I have 25 years experience working in IT. I'm currently working as AWS Cloud Architect, and previously I worked in such big companies in Finland as Accenture, Elisa, Sanoma Pro, and many other small companies. In my free time, about my hobbies, I like to travel, I like to do sport, triathlon for example. I used to run marathons quite a lot, but currently I focus mainly on triathlon, which is the run, swim and bicycle. And in the winter I like ice swimming very much. And what is related to this presentation, I have completed lots of different certificates, exams, and currently I possess 9 AWS Cloud certificates, all professional level, some specialty, also associate, and all foundational level certificates. Also, I not only familiar with AWS Cloud, I also familiar with Azure and Google. For Azure, I also have 2 certificates, and one is for Google. Why IT certification matters? There are lots of different certificates currently available in the market, and you can choose any of these. It depends what is your interest and in which area of IT you want to grow. And this is the best way to gain and improve your skills. When you prepare for certificates, you in the same time learn new things, try new things, and it always improves your skills and your knowledge. It is also formal recognition of your skills and knowledge in specific areas. When you get certified, for example, in AWS or Azure, it means that the company, Amazon or Microsoft, says that you are really proficient in this area, or at least have knowledge, and they can prove and verify that you really can perform some task depending on the level of the certificates. If it is expert level, then you probably very professional in this area. If it is foundational, you know basics. And also certification enhance your credibility and helps you to find your next job or your dream job. When you put the certificate name and link to some site that verify that you are certified in your LinkedIn profile, for example, or in your CV, it always looks better and show that you really know this, and you have better chances to get the job you applying for. Also, it gives you better chances to get client engagement if you work as the consultant. It could be you are working as a single or your own consulting company, or if you're working for some big consulting company, there are always targets or problems that you want to find a client, client engagement, and the certifications always gives you better possibility to get the client. And in some cases, clients even says that it is required for the candidate to have certain certificates. Also, when you pass the certificate, usually you get access to professional communities and networks that these certificate providers offer, and it gives you more connections and it gives you better possibilities to learn new things and grows continuously in the area you want to grow professionally. First, let's talk about how to prepare for the certificate, the whole process. First of all, you need to gather study resources. For example, you can download official study guides and books from certificate authorities. They always provide description what kind of certificates it is and what you need to know. And there are lots of books also available, and you can purchase them or download them for free if it's available. Also, there are lots of online courses. For example, you can subscribe or buy courses in Udemy, Pluralsight, have subscription to LinkedIn Learning or CompTIA. There are lots of different courses available there, and they depends of the rating. For example, you can select the best and courses that are very popular. This helps very much to prepare for certificates. Personally, I always watch 1 or 2 courses in Udemy or Pluralsight, and it also gives me better possibilities and learn better the subject and prepare for the exam. There are lots of different forums that you can participate in order to prepare for exam. If you have some questions and you want to ask someone, you can go to online forum and ask experts. For example, there are forums in YAML. If you are working for some company, there is possibility that you use, for example, Microsoft Teams, and in Teams you can have access to other experts that already passed the exam or just have general knowledge in this subject. It's better to always ask if you're stuck with something. And there are lots of different certification specific Reddits and other forums in the internet. Also, it is important to have some practice exams. Such tools as and sites as tutorials.ju, WizLabs, Udemy and Pluralsight, they provide you the possibility to download and test your knowledge with the real like exams and answer questions and have detailed explanation what are wrong option, what is correct. It gives you possibility to simulate the real environment and real questions that you can have and you probably have on the exam day when you try to pass the exam. Next, you need to develop a study plan. Why study plan is important? Because it is all about small steps, complete small steps and progress toward your goal gradually. You cannot pass especially a difficult exam from one go. You need to go step by step. And the first step that I recommend is register for exam. When you register for exam, you know that there will be exam in 1 or 2 months, for example, and you need to prepare. That gives you motivation. Otherwise, you will be struggling like I'm not good enough. I'm not ready for exam, so I will register later, and always it will be later, and most probably it will never happen. But once you have the in your calendar day when you going for exam, it motivates you much better. Then set the clear goals. When you have timeline and you know that, okay, I need 3 months to prepare for this exam. In this month I will try to cover this domain of the subject, and then next month another domain, and last 2 weeks I will do practice exams. Then it's much easier to follow this plan and much easier to prepare for the exam. Then you need to gather resources. If you like to read books, you need to purchase books. If you like to read online, then there are lots of different resources. Also, you can subscribe to courses, video courses, or other materials. And of course, it's recommended to download practice exams. Plan your study. Plan for 1 or 3 months depending on the difficulty of the exam. If it is kind of foundational level certificate, then probably 1 month is enough. But if it is professional level, very difficult, then it's better to have a longer timeline, about 3 months. Of course, it always depends what is your current experience and what is your skill level. If you try to something new and very difficult for you, then it's better to take a longer period, even for foundational level. But if you are already professional enough, then you can just have shorter time and go to exam earlier. Let's talk about what kind of challenges you can have during exam preparation and what kind of solutions could be to solve them. For example, how to balance study with work and personal life. When you prepare for exam, it usually takes lots of time. And it's good if you can do it during your work hours, but in many cases you need to do it in your own time after work. For this, solution would be to use time management techniques, how to organize your tasks so that you can manage everything in one day. Prioritization, pick up high priority tasks first, and if you think that you now want to pass this exam earlier, you need to prioritize the preparation as well. And you have to set realistic goals. If a difficult subject, then just take longer time to prepare for it. If it's easy, it will go easier. Seek support from forums or colleagues, and of course take care of yourself. Get enough sleep, exercises if you like to exercise, or other things that makes you feel better and healthier. Then how to overcome self-doubt. It's always difficult when you prepare for exam. You may think that you are not ready and it's very difficult. I'm never pass this exam. So positive reassurance always helps in this situation. When you prepare for exam, you need to celebrate all the milestones you have and think that, okay, I'm doing preparation and I'm practicing reading theory, so I'm getting better and better all the time. And this should give you positive thinking, and you will be more assured that you will be passing, you will be good at the exam when the day comes. Also, as in all other situations, just seek for support if you need help. Understanding complex topics. Some topics are very easy, but in many cases some topics are very complex and very hard for you to understand. And for this, solution would be to break down the material in small pieces and take each piece and try to understand what it's all about. You can use many different sources, not only one online course, but other sources, documentation, official documentation, and ask colleagues. And also important is to take breaks. You need to take breaks so that your mind adjusts and understand and organize everything inside your head, and you will know better and you remember better after that. How to deal with distractions that steal your study time. If you working, for example, from home, there might be distractions, and your mobile phone is also a distraction. You get all the time some messages on your phone, and this is steal your time from your study. Solution for this would be to have some dedicated space where you can prepare for certificate, some room, or if you like to study from library, you can go to library. And how to deal with your phone? You can switch off sound or put phone somewhere so that it doesn't distract you, and this will give you possibility to concentrate on topic, and you can master any complex topic if you focus enough on it. Let's talk about effective study practices. First, very effective study practice is to master exam objectives. So you see the study guide for each exam, and you should know what objectives and what it is all about. All exams are different, and for some exams topics could be totally different than for another, even if those exams are very similar. So knowing which topics you need to cover will always help you, and always check if you taken some online courses, always check that all exam objectives are covered in the course. Otherwise you can miss some topics and you will lose points during your exam. You should have enough hands-on experience. It's not just enough read some study materials and watch courses. You need to get your hands dirty and try to build something. If it is AWS or AWS or Azure cloud, you can create some account with free tier and try to build something. It could be a hobby project or some lab that comes with your study materials. It will give you possibility not only do something but also better memorize the material of exam. Practice and review. Take the practice exams and as many times and as many practice exams as you want, and always review what were the correct answers and why you should choose any of them. There are usually those practice exams comes with detailed explanation, and it gives you possibility to study at the same time. Take notes. It is important not only watch some courses or read documentation, but also take notes. It could be handwritten, which is usually people say that it's better for you to memorize these notes, or it could be in electronic format, for example in some Word or Google Docs. If it is in electronic format, it's easier, for example, to take it is with your phone or computer or from any place, very accessible. And these notes really help for preparation, because if your study takes 1 or 2 months, in the end of second month you don't remember what you were studying 2 months ago. But when you take notes, you can go through them, and it memorizes and helps you to remember the topic and refresh your mind. And seek for feedback. If you see that in some areas you don't understand, seek for some experts or people, online forum or your colleague, to ask them and try to get conversation and so that they can explain you what this topic is about. It not only helps you to study, but also for the person who explain you. For him it always feels good, they learn at the same time as well. Let's check the approach that you can have during your exam. In this example, there is sample question, and let's go through how you can structure and read this exam question and find the correct answer easily. Sample question. A financial service company aims to improve its fraud detection capabilities using machine learning. The company needs a solution that offers a variety of pre-built models, ensures the security and privacy of sensitive financial data during model training, and removes the burden of managing underlying infrastructure. Which AWS services best meets the requirements? There are 4 options, 4 answers in this example question. First is Amazon SageMaker, Amazon Recognition, Amazon Comprehend, or Amazon Bedrock. This is AWS example. If you have some other questions, or if you are trying to pass exam for Azure or Google, there will be similar services that do similar things. But now I want to go through the principles how you deal with the questions. First, identify what are the key terms and key words in this question. Some question can be very long, and it is important to catch important terms and get rid of other not useful. In this situation, key terms would be, it is about machine learning, and each solution should have variety of pre-built models, and it talks about security and privacy of sensitive informational data. Also, they said that the solution should remove the burden of managing underlying infrastructure. And looking at the answers, you can first eliminate wrong answer that you know wrong for sure. For example, in this case, we can eliminate Amazon Comprehend and Amazon Recognition. Amazon Comprehend, it is the service that understand text and give understanding what this text is all about. And second, Amazon Recognition, it recognize some objects on the picture. We can eliminate those answers. Then we have 2 left. What we do with this? If you are not sure what is correct answer, trust your intuition. Most probably that you know that, okay, I feel that SageMaker might be better, but I'm not sure. So pick up this answer in this case. Most probably it is correct answer. Your intuition sometimes knows better than just randomly selecting. If this doesn't work, just select random answer. There is chance that In this case, it is 50% probability that you pick a correct answer. In many certificate providers, they do not give you penalty points for guessing, so you can do guessing trick here, and there is chance that you pick up the right answer. When you still not sure, you can mark the question for review later. In the end, when you have time, you can go back to this question, and most probably you have better ideas what is the correct answer. In this case, I know that Bedrock is a tool for working with generative AI. Question was about machine learning, and for machine learning the best service in this case is Amazon SageMaker. Answer is found this way quite easily, and it gives you quite good picture how to deal with even very complex questions. Now let's talk about the exam day, the big test. This is what you were looking for and you were preparing for 1, 2 or 3 months. First, it's better to prepare all the tools, everything that you need for exam. For example, you should know what is the location of the exam testing center, what kind of identification you can bring with you, passport or ID, driving license, or anything else that requires. Sometimes you require to have 2 different identification methods. And it's better if you manage timing correctly as well. If you come to the exam beforehand, so that you eliminate stress of worrying to be late. If you're going there by car or public transport, it's better to take enough time so that if there is a traffic problem, you still manage to get in time. Then your mindset matters. Try to stay calm and confident. Trust that you prepared hard and now you should be able to pass the exam. Usually I never 100% sure that I will pass the exam, but still I try to stay calm and believe that I did enough preparation. For me, it also works in this way, so that I come earlier to the exam place and walk for 15-20 minutes. Walking gives me some exercise and really helps me to stay calm and focus during the exam. Also, it is important to sleep well, especially the day before the exam. Do not go to bed too late, or if you know that in the morning you want to sleep longer hours, then just schedule exam for afternoon or a bit later, so that you have enough sleep. If you don't have enough sleep, then your brain doesn't perform very well, you cannot focus, and you lose your points, many points during the exam. Time management is very important. Many exams have limited time for you to have it. If you have, for example, a limit that the exam should be, all questions should be answered in 2 hours, it is important to keep track of this. And it's not only important during exam, it is important to prepare and try to keep the timing just before exam during your practice exam preparations. You can track how many minutes you can have for each question, and if you think that it takes longer, just answer it quickly so that you don't stuck on the question, and mark it for review. and answer it later. Sometimes, in many cases, there is a case when you stuck on one question and it takes too long time, and it in the end it goes so that you don't have, for example, 15 minutes to complete whole exam set, and it means that most probably you lose your points, you don't answer 10 questions at all, and this might be reason why you failed the exam in the end. Then you pass the exam, well, you sit the test and you submit your questions and you get pass mark, you pass the exam, congratulations, you did it. This is very happy and satisfying moment when you get pass the exam, and it's you have to celebrate. It's good if you celebrate. You did a lot of work and now it pays off. The certification now gives you you understand the topic now, and you it boosts your credibility and opens new opportunities for you. Now you can put the mark or extra line in your CV or LinkedIn profile, and it's really good feeling for you and good for your career development as well. But what to do if you fail? This is very sad moment, and personally I know it because even I passed so many exams, I also failed one. I failed once, but I know now how it feels. There is nothing wrong with it. Many certificates gives possibility, well, all certificates gives you possibility to try second time, third time, or as many times as you want. It may be that you need to wait some period of time between each tries, but it is okay. Just review your weak areas, practice a bit more, take a bit more theory, and go and schedule and go and pass your certificates. In the end, I always think like, well, I prepared enough, I failed, okay, it's not a problem. I know that in the end I will get certified, and this gives me self-assurance and positive feeling. After you certified, just apply your knowledge. You can, for example, apply it in your daily job or whatever you do, and you can also lead and mentor other people, share your experience, share your knowledge. Now you are certified and you know the subject, and people know that you're certified. They will come and ask you for advice or ask you some questions. It also transfer your career. Now you can, for example, be more assured that you know the area and you know the subject, and it can lead you to higher responsibilities at work, even promotions. You can get more job offers if you trying to find your next opportunity, and it builds you confidentiality when you face some technical challenges. And this is your journey's reward. It transfers your career, it enhances your learning and supports your growth. And in the same time, it also inspires others. People see that, okay, if you study enough, you pass the exam, it is possible, and if I can do, then somebody else can do it. They can come and ask advices how to prepare, and it always good feeling for you, and also gives possibilities for others to get certified. As a conclusion, final thoughts. Embrace the challenge. It won't be easy. The preparation for exam is never easy, but it's worth it. When you study, when you talk to other people, other experts, and you go to exam, you are doing very hard work, but it's worth it. And prepare with confidence. Take enough theory, take enough practice, hands-on labs, practice experience, and always try to do and complete practice exams to simulate real questions, real-life questions, and know what will be on the exam. Seek for support. If you stuck with some topic in some domain, it's better to ask for help from experts or from your colleagues. It will speed up your learning and also gives you possibility to learn more and well, connect with other people. And final words that I want to say is just sign up for the exam now and start your journey today. For me, turning point was when I signed up for the exam. Before that, I was trying to prepare for some middle level complexity exam, and it took me 1 year. And I tried to prepare hard, but I will always feel that I'm not good enough to go for exam. I try some practice tests and always have like low score. But during one course, the teacher said that do not wait, just go now and sign up for exam. It could be in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months, just sign up, take enough time so that you feel confident enough. And after I sign up and I start preparing and I go for the exam, I wasn't 100% sure that I will pass it, but I pass it, and it was my turning point. Now I always do the same. I sign up for exam beforehand and prepare and always go there. And this way you will get as many certificates as you want. So start your journey today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this motivates you to sign up for your next exam and start preparation and start this journey of learning and gaining new skills and gaining more hands-on experience. Thank you very much.